Hello students, good morning and welcome to all of you. As you know, I have come online after a long time due to some reasons. That's why I couldn't take the class due to some reasons, but I have completed a great part of the syllabus, and I promise that I will complete the syllabus, I will complete the course, and you will be able to appear into the examination with great confidence. We were studying the chapter by the name of the Judgement seat of Vikramaditya. I have told you a great part of the story of the Judgement seat of Vikramaditya, and I am now continuing the story. I have told you that the Vikramaditya was a great king of India, but we do not know so much about him. We know that Vikram Sambat owes its origin to him, and he was a great king who loved knowledge or learning and justice, and he was a great judge of this country. He always did perfect justice, and the culprits were always afraid of him, and when they came before him, they were always trembled with fear, as they knew that the eyes of Vikramaditya would look straight into their guilt, and his eyes would catch their guilt. That's why they were trembled when they came before Vikramaditya. And I told you that after the death of Vikramaditya, people forgot him, his palaces and his fortress were ruined, they were changed into grassland, and the cowherd boys used to go there with their cattle, and their cattle used to graze there. In the meadow, in the grassland, there was a small mound which was covered with grass, trees and dust, and the cowherd boys found a beautiful place to play. They used to play there, but seeing the green mound, the cowherd boys thought about a play, about a game. And a cowherd boy sat on the green mound, and he asked other boys, "Now I am judge, and you can bring your cases before me." The other boys whispered, and they came with some quarrels, some disputes, and that cowherd boy did the perfect justice. Now he had become grave, and he straightened his face, and it appeared that the soul of the great king Vikramaditya had come into his body, and he always did the perfect justice. But when he came down from the green mound, he became a normal boy. The other people of nearby villages used to come to the cowherd boy, and they received the perfect justice, and they returned home with great satisfaction. Now, this story was heard by the king who ruled that area, that empire, who lived in the nearby empire. He didn't live in Ujjain. When he heard the story, he thought that boy must have sat on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya, and he decided to dig deep that place and took out the judgment seat of Vikramaditya. He went to that place with his people, and his people dug deep that place, and they came with a small thing, a small marble supported by 25 angels made of stone. That marble was put into the great hall of justice, and the king ordered his people to observe fasting and pray for 3 days, and after 3 days he would sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya. When the great day came, in the morning, people gathered around in the hall, and the king came with priests and judges of his empire, and when he reached the judgment seat of Vikramaditya, he stopped for some time. When he was about to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya, one angel of stone started saying, "O king, stop. Are you worthy to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya? Have you never desired to rule over those empires which were not your own?" The king couldn't answer instantly, but after some time he answered, "No, I am not worthy to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya." It means, he said, "I have desired to rule those places, those areas or those empires which are not his own." Then that angel said, "Now go and fast and pray for 3 days to purify yourself, then come to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya." After 3 days, the king and his people observed fasting and praying, and after 3 days, again the king came to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya. But again, one of his angels started saying, "O king, are you worthy to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya? Do you think that you are completely pure now, and you have never desired for the riches which are of others?" The king said, "No, I am not completely pure, and I am not worthy to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya still now." Again that angel said, "Then now go and purify yourself." And it happened every time when the king came to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya, and every time the king could not sit. But it continued till only one angel remained supporting that marble, the slab of marble. When at last, when the king came to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya, after completing the instructions given by the angel made of stone, the last angel said, "O king, now you think that you are completely pure, you are completely worthy to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya? Are you as pure as a little child? Are you as innocent as a little child?" The king said, "No, I am not as pure as a little child. That's why I am not worthy to sit on the judgment seat of Vikramaditya. Then that last angel spread its wings and he flew up with the judgment seat of Vikramaditya, and in this way the judgment seat of Vikramaditya disappeared from the earth forever. This is the whole story of the judgment seat of Vikramaditya. In the next class, I will come with the next chapter. Thank you so much.